Hello everyone, my name is Brian. In today's video we're going to be talking about a plate rack. However, a plate rack is just an example of a product that looks like an antique and is made with classical joinery that is going to be redesigned and be built with knockdown fasteners or hidden fasteners that you cannot see, so it still has its original aesthetic. This first picture shows you the item that we're going to redesign. So this plate rack is nice because it has an antique aesthetic. However, if you look at the side of the plate rack, you can see that everything's been glued together. You see dowels that are pinned in and an interlocking joinery. And if we were to ship this the way that we used to build it, then this would be full size and cost a lot. So what we're going to do with today's video is we're going to use knockdown fasteners or domino connectors, and then we're going to be able to, in the end, pack this much flatter and ship it at a lower cost. In this next video segment, we make the sides on the CNC machine. Now I'm going to make the 5 cross pieces that appear in this picture. This includes a bottom arch, a bottom shelf, a center arch, a center shelf, and a top piece that has an angle on it. This looks like a little bit of confusion, but actually what I'm trying to do is cut all the horizontal work pieces the same length, and so I'm trying to clamp them together, but it turns out I couldn't do this, and so I got about half of them at once. This picture shows how we lay out the arches on our 2 horizontal shelf supports. Here you can see we use a uniform piece of scrap along with 3 nails to create a curve that we later cut out. I now use a straight edge to lay out the 2 angles that intersect at the center of the top piece before cutting them out. In this next video segment, we use the Festool Domino to cut the slots and the holes for the connectors. I used dowels to prevent the rotation of the shelves and the top piece. In this picture you can see I'm marking off the drill depth into each piece. We also need to come up with a solution to hold the plate retainers in place. We can't simply glue them in place and then pack this flat and ship it. So the solution we came up with was neodymium magnets with a metal catch. And here you can see that these are pretty strong and it takes about 20 pounds to pull them apart. It's often the case that we need to fix some imperfections in our project. We do this by making our own wood filler and staining it to the color of our project. In this next video segment, you'll see that I make my own wood filler. I've gathered some sawdust from the pieces that I've cut. I'm mixing it with wood glue and the stain that I will later use to stain the project. We're now going to demonstrate the assembly of the final plate rack. And one thing I wanted you to know is that the first thing that will get lost if you ship this is these little threaded inserts with the tapered edges. So in the domino connectors, you will want to tighten these down all the way before you ship it. So if these were tightened all the way down during shipping, then the first thing you'll need to do is loosen these before starting to assemble the plate rack. So we loosen that and we push the two pieces together, and then we tighten this, and that will hold the two pieces together. And we do this for each piece along this side. Here I wanted you to notice that I have installed the dowels to prevent rotation of the shelves. We now have our plate rack fully assembled except for our plate catches. So we just need to interface the two magnetic latches and then we're all done.